It's taken on a rosy glow, It's nice to be poor when everyone else is poor, So that's my advice. If you are going to be poor, do it when everyone else is poor. You don't feel that different. We lived in a nice apartment house on Fox Street in the Bronx. Irving Howe, who I look upon as a hero, not only because of World of Our Fathers, but his own autobiography called Margin of Hope. He has a little line in there where his father lost his business. I think he was a storekeeper, and they had to move from the West Bronx to the East Bronx. And he actually lived only about 8 blocks away from where I lived. And in his little autobiography, his father is quoted as saying to the family, "We're now here on Hoe Avenue," I believe it was. Says, "Thank God it's not Fox Street." That's the depths. My street, I happen to think it was a wonderful street. I loved Fox Street. I loved my neighborhood. I loved my friends. I loved my school. I loved my Hebrew school. It was my world, and I remember it, as I say, in a kind of, I've perhaps over-romanticized it. I used to joke about why do people say Jews are a minority? All around me are Jews. My friends who are not Jewish were the minority. I had a friend who was a Finnish, Albert Hakkanen. How did he plunge it into our neighborhood? Danny Lala, who lived across the street from me, was Italian. Danny, what are you doing here? There were 6 shuls within, walking distance, almost all of them Orthodox. There happened to be one Reform temple about 1.5 miles away. But my shul was Hungarian, which is sort of cute. So there's talk about European shuls, which were identified by the craft. So this is the butcher shul and the carpenter shul and the baker shul. In our case, it's the Russian shul, the Hungarian shul, the Polish shul. I loved my elementary school, Pier 62. We'd walk to 62. I loved the teachers. Most of them were Irish. There were 2 Jewish teachers that I remember from my elementary school. Faye Katz Young, Mrs. Young, who was our 5th grade and 6th grade teacher, and she had a coat that had a fur collar, and when I could, I sneaked over and Mrs. Soskin, who was my 3rd grade teacher. But all the rest were McDonald and O'Neill and a wonderful New York 30s, the Irish teachers. Good, serious, and we learned. And, I look back and say, I was blessed.